Welcome to this session. I'm really excited to have you all here. This session marks the beginning of an exciting chapter in our academic journey. Today, we're exploring the concept of management, what it is and why it matters. To view full videos on management, business and more, please visit www.WMEducation.com. Students often define management poorly due to a combination of factors including limited exposure to education or work, superficial understanding, or confusion between related concepts, or even lack of academic clarity on the subject. Here are some common ways students poorly define management, along with why those definitions fall short. Example: management is telling people what to do. What's wrong? This definition reduces management to mere command or authority. Example: management is leading people to success. What's wrong? While leadership is a part of management, management is broader and includes non-leadership tasks like budgeting, scheduling, and evaluating performance. Leadership focuses on influence, whereas management also involves structure and processes. Example: management is managing things in a company. What's wrong? This doesn't define anything. It just restates the word management, using a different form, offering no clarity. And as management students, we will use professional business vocabulary instead of things, be more specific. Instead, use the term resources. Example: management is about planning the business. What's wrong? While planning is one function, management also includes other functions. Example: management means owning a business or being the boss. What's wrong? One can be a manager without being the owner, and not all owners are good managers. Management is a role and function, not ownership. Example: management is the harmonization of organizational dynamics through systemic interaction. What's wrong? This may sound impressive, but it's unclear and impractical. Definitions should be understandable and actionable. So now what we will try to understand what management is, by having an example of an activity that we want to do. It will be something that we do regularly in our lives, and we will professionally define all the management functions. We are all managers in our day-to-day lives, so we will consider an easy example and take it from a professional perspective for deeper understanding of management. Let us celebrate a birthday party and analyze the whole process from the lens of a manager. Imagine you must celebrate this birthday party on the 31st of December. So just think, what is the first thing that you will do? Or what comes in your mind when you're thinking about a birthday party? Yes, well done. The first thing that comes in your mind is planning of this event. Now let's discuss, how will we plan the birthday party? Planning here for the birthday party is not limited to, but will include going through the following questions or activities. 1. When are you going to celebrate? 2. How many guests are invited? 3. Total budget for the party. 4. Who is to be invited? List of guests. 5. Who is responsible to invite the guests? 6. Where will be the venue? 7. What will be in the menu? 8. Where are you going to order the cake from? How many cakes, drinks and food? 9. Who will be responsible for the decoration of the hall? And 10. What will be the activities or games in the party? So all these questions like what, when, where, why, how many or how much are asked during the planning stage. Synonyms for planning: strategizing, preparing, designing, formulating, mapping out, structuring, plotting. Once you have planned the event, the next step is to organize it. Organizing means that, based on the plan, you will explore all available options against each of the 10 questions. Organize the resources for the event, example a car, money, venue hire, and then begin to coordinate with third parties, example the venue, bakery, shopping, transport. Convene or hold meetings to ensure all planning activities are completed. Arrange and schedule all activities clearly, with focal persons responsible for the activities and time, to establish accountability. Collect relevant information about each resource or plan. Synonyms for organizing: arranging, coordinating, setting up, preparing, putting together. Let us stay consistent with the birthday example and see how we can organize the 10 points from the plan above. 1. When are you going to celebrate? The 31st of December. 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. 2. How many guests are invited? 50 guests. 3. Total budget for the party. Considering all these activities from planning stage 1 to 10, prepare a budget with each item clearly defined with the cost. Let's agree on a total budget of £1,000. 4. Who is to be invited? List of guests. Prepare a list of 50 guests. Consider 10% variation in terms of less or more people attending. 5. Who is responsible to invite the guests? John will be sending the invitation cards, emails, or calling the guests confirming the date, time, and location for the party, a week prior to the party and a reminder after 2 days. There is an activity on preparing a budget, using MS Excel at the end of the session. 6. Where will be the venue? Please provide full address including postcode. Also mention if parking is available, and name of the nearest train and bus stations. You would have organized the venue by paying a deposit to them and receiving a confirmation of your booking. 7. What will be in the menu? Consider the 50 guests to be invited, and at the invitation stage, ask them their dietary preferences. Menu will be considerate of guests' choices. Example sugar-free drinks. You would have organized the menu by confirming the preferred food with quantity. 8. Where are you going to order the cake from? How many cakes and drinks? Cake will be from ABC Bakery. Henry will collect it at 3 p.m. and bring it to the party. The activity is organized once the cake has been selected and paid for. 9. Who will be responsible for the decoration of the hall? Tim will be responsible for decoration of the hall. He will consult the group and request if any assistance is required. 10. What will be the activities or games in the party? Musical chairs, 7 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. Treasure hunt, 8 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. Truth or dare, 9 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. A summary of all the action plan for the birthday is also enclosed after this session. Now once we have the plan, and we have discussed how to organize the activities and different resources, the third stage of management is when we actually host the birthday party on the 31st of December. On the 31st of December, when we host the birthday party, this stage of management is called leading. Leading is the process of influencing, motivating, and guiding people to achieve organizational goals. In other words, leading is the implementation or execution of the plan, and this is when we are taking action as per the planned activities. The leading stage will require one or two people in the group to serve as organizers or supervisors, overseeing all activities and ensuring that everything proceeds according to the original plan. Synonyms of vocabulary: directing, supervising, commanding, guiding, overseeing, steering, heading. Now, let's discuss the final stage or function of management. If something unexpected happens during the execution of the birthday party, someone will need to take corrective action or control the situation. For example, there might be a problem with the music system, which could disrupt the musical chair game or other fun activities. In such a case, we must manage the situation by using a plan B. For instance, we could use a mobile phone connected to a Bluetooth speaker to ensure the activities can continue smoothly. This final stage of management is called controlling. Synonyms of vocabulary: adjusting, mitigating, correcting, stabilizing, handling, regulating, monitoring. By the way, something that prevents the objectives being achieved, or delays the achievement of objectives, postpones, or cancels some activities. These incidents are called risks. We will have a separate session on risk assessment and management. So now let's recap and understand what management is. Management is the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So, management is the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling of what? Let's come to the full definition of management. Management is about the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling of the resources of a company to achieve its organizational objectives. This definition comes from Henri Fayol's classical management functions, proposed in 1916. Leading begins after planning and organizing are in place. First, managers plan what needs to be done. Then, they organize resources and people. Although leaders still provide their advisory support and guidance during planning and organizing stages, it is only after the planning and organizing stages that they can lead, motivating employees to act on those plans. In other words, planning sets the destination, organizing builds the vehicle, and leading drives the people toward the goal. Thank you all for being here and for your attention throughout the session. I hope you found it informative and engaging. Take some time to review what we discussed today and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Until next time, take care and goodbye.